Hey, gun people. This guy steals a family member's car. This cop chases him through an intersection, driving like a maniac, and kills these two girls. This guy is being charged. The cop. More earning the hate. Welcome to another episode of Earning the Hate. So let's take a look at this.
Breaking tonight, an officer arrested just one day after a high-speed chase caused the deaths of two teenage girls.
So when I heard that the officer was arrested one day after this, I was like, holy cow, this DA's on it. Good for him. Well, there may be a color issue involved.
Landed a young man in the hospital with critical injuries. In the past hour, WBRZ has confirmed that David Cauthron was arrested on 2 counts of negligent homicide.
Look, he's got a nice little earring. Aw, Rick, he's a police officer. He's probably got tattoos. He's a good guy. Okay, what happened to his hair? Anyway, I digress. Look, I've said for years that cops are out of control. They're not held accountable. They're chasing. They are much more of a danger. Meanwhile, this idiot is out here writing tickets for someone going 3 miles over the speed limit, telling them, I'm trying to keep you safe. Then he goes out and runs through a damn intersection at 100 miles an hour and kills 2 kids at the beginning of their life. This is just so tragic for the victims, and yet people are like, back the blue till it happens to you.
He's been booked into the West Baton Rouge jail. Our research tells us Cauthron had only been with the Addis Police Department since February, but had been in law enforcement for years prior. This whole thing began when Tyquel Zanders, pictured on your screen.
Tyquel or Zanders. Let me make sure I got his name right.
This whole thing began when Tyquel Zanders, pictured on your screen, allegedly stole a vehicle from a family member and took off. Officers caught Zanders on...
This is a low-level crime. He took a family member's car, which means they had an argument. He probably uses the car all the time, and the family decided, you know what? I'm going to call the cops on you this time. And now look, 2 kids are dead. And they're charging him because the cop killed 2 people. I'm not defending this guy, but you're charging him with 2 counts of homicide because the 2 girls are dead. And that's called felony murder rule. Basically, if you're out there committing a felony, if anybody dies, it's your fault. Because had you not committed a felony, they wouldn't be dead. Now, they don't do that too much when guns are involved because they don't want to blame people for using guns. They want to blame the guns so they can say we need gun control. But other times, if it's not a gun, you get charged.
On I-10 near Dalrymple, he now faces charges of home invasion, vehicle theft, and aggravated flight from officers. Among those,
aggravated flight because the cop killed somebody. Now, he ran through intersections and was going 110 miles an hour. Again, people think I'm defending criminals when I'm trying to hold government accountable. Government is trained. They're paid for by the taxpayers. They're not held responsible. They're given immunity so they can't be sued. Taxpayers end up paying for what they do, and there's no accountability. It's like, okay, we'll hold the criminals accountable, but because they're government, when they commit the same crime, they're not held accountable. Cops are killing people. They're killing innocent people. They're spraying and praying. Their bullets are hitting people because they don't clear their background. No problem. When cops commit crimes, it's not a crime. When pesky citizens commit crimes, they go to prison. It's just BS.
Who gave chase, Addis police officer David Cauthron. Witnesses say he ran a red...
Look at this car. These 2 kids in a car. This cop hit them, killed them both. Out-freaking-rageous. Imagine you let your kids go to school and you never see them again because law enforcement is chasing some guy who borrowed their family member's car and they got pissed off because he wouldn't bring it back, so they called and reported it stolen. And so you have cops driving like maniacs saying, hey, yippee, what do I care? I don't care if I kill anybody. I've got immunity. I can't, most DAs ain't going to charge me.
Red light on LA1 in BRUSLY and struck the car.
Look at that damn car. This is a government car, government taxpayers. Family's going to sue. They're both going to be dead. Millions and millions of dollars. Why? Because Tyquel borrowed a family member's car and they told him to bring it back. He said, no, I ain't done with it. So they go, okay, we'll report you stolen. We'll get the cops to chase you.
Are carrying 16-year-old Caroline Gill, 17-year-old Maggie Dunn, and 20-year-old Liam Dunn. And while charges were immediate for Zanders, West Baton Rouge District Attorney Tony Clayton told us the officer was under investigation and the case was likely to go to a grand jury. He's also asked Baton Rouge police why the pursuit was deemed necessary in the first place. In a statement, Clayton told WBRZ, quote, That cop has a lot of questions.
This is the DA. When I saw this, I went, oh, that's why he was charged so fast. What do you mean, Rick? Oh, nothing. I'm just a comment.
To answer pertaining to his speed and sheer negligence.
Look, I agree with the DA. I think they all are. I don't like when color's involved or it's personal or you're trying to make a statement. I don't like all this shit. I think all cops ought to be charged when they're out there doing stupid shit. All laws say that police shall not drive in a speed or manner that would endanger the public. Almost all laws or policies say that. And if they don't, they ought to. And a cop ought to be fired when he does it. I mean, that's the problem, is it's become acceptable and you only get charged if somebody's got a personal vendetta or they want to make a political statement or it's got some PC implication. I think they all ought to be charged.
Public can rest assured he will follow the facts.
So these two kids are dead because the police are out there protecting and serving the shit out of you. Because people are out there saying, man, Rick, they're all heroes. Rick, this is an isolated incident. Rick, you're trying to make police look bad. Police make police look bad. I'm pointing out and holding government accountable, and so should you. Government's supposed to report to the people, we the people. And if we don't hold them accountable, then we're not protecting our freedoms with responsibility. So quit trying to blame me for your crybaby crap. Earning the hate. We'll end it there.